Okay, so now that you have met all 9 of my ferrets, let me tell you a little bit about what I would talk about in my speech. First of all, it would definitely be about ferrets. So I would entitle my speech, "What's That Smell? Ferrets." And I am an expert on this subject because I do have 9 ferrets, and I've done a lot of research. I ask my vet a lot of questions. I read brochures. I have ferret books that I tab and read and study them like a textbook. And I'm always doing research online, trying to find out the latest information. And some of the research that I do is I look at exotic pet medicine magazines and articles in those journals, because there are new advances in how to treat them medically, and my vet is an editor of one of those magazines, so it's always good to know kind of what page she's on with that. So to begin with my speech, I would talk about some background information on ferrets. Where do they come from? What do they eat? And what are they like? Are they wild animals? Do they live outside? That sort of thing. And talking a little bit about their ancestry would definitely lead into some of that information. The next thing that I would talk about would be the major diseases and illnesses that these guys face. A lot of people who are new to ferrets or don't know anything about ferrets aren't aware that these guys get a lot of diseases, and most of those are cancers. So I would go into some detail about illnesses like adrenocortical disease, insulinoma, and lymphoma, and there would be some others in there as well. And the last thing that I would talk about would be, what's it like having a ferret? What do they eat? What is their habitat like? Do they just stay in their cage? And of course that's a no. They actually run free in the house about 6 hours each day. Even when they're not out, they still have a cage that is about 6 feet wide and close to 6 feet tall. So that would be some information I would talk about, and going with that would be what is some of the negative opinions that people think about you when you have ferrets, and not just ferrets but multiple ferrets. And generally that opinion is negative, like that they're gross, that you have to be gross if you have ferrets or if you have multiple ferrets. And also you get a lot of, well, if you have multiple, then you're an animal hoarder. And that's not true. You can have multiple, and it's really easy to multiply these guys. It's about 2.5 years ago I had 1, and I have 9, soon to be 10. So yeah, my entire speech would be about ferrets, and just the different aspects of ferrets and what it's like, and some good medical information that people who would want to have ferrets would need to know, because most people still don't know, even when they have them. So that's what our speech would be over, and I would likely bring one of these guys, and he could love on some of you, and we would be happy to inform some people about what it's like to have ferrets.